So for Xpadder, you just want to type in Xpadder on Google, and it'll bring up this new menu. He's updated his website, so it supports for Windows 10 if you've downloaded it. So if you have purchased Xpadder in the past, all you have to do is type in your email here, send download link, and you can get the new update. Once you have it downloaded, this is what Xpadder looks like if everything is new. So let's say you haven't downloaded Xpadder layout or profile. I've had a lot of users complain about the layouts not working, not matching up. So I'm actually going to go through and show you guys how to actually set it up. So what you do is you grab your controller. I'm going to use the PlayStation 4 controller. I have these custom things on the joysticks just because it raises them. It just makes it feel a little bit better and more like an Xbox controller. So you just get your cord, plug it in. If you have a Bluetooth dongle, you can do it wirelessly using third-party programs like DS for Windows, and there's a few other ones. So now it's plugged in, and notice this is plugged in. And I'll go here, and I'll go New. So this is what it looks like plain. You can actually go back to the Xpadder forums and actually download images. So you go here, controller images, pick out of your controller, PlayStation 4, and all you really have to do is just click copy image, bring up Xpadder, and then click paste. And it pastes the images there, so you actually have, the background to match it. So you go through and you want to make sure the sticks are working, so you click enable. It prompts you to go left, go up, so then you can move this around. So we'll go right here. Okay, and if you want the right joystick as well, you can do that. I know depending on the age of your controller, you can have a hard time with the sensitivity. So you can go and I'll show you how to adjust that too with the dead zones. So you get that here, D-pad, enable it, oops, up, down, left, right, make sure it works correctly. And this is an important part too. If some of your buttons on your controller are not working, don't use it or don't use that button because it will mess it up. So X, square, circle, triangle. Start is no option for some reason. I still don't understand why they changed it. Share, select, button. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so that's that. What is that? Center button. It's trigger. On the PlayStation 4 controller, it's weird because now the trigger buttons aren't triggers anymore, they're just buttons. I mean, it doesn't mess anything up, but if you use like an Xbox 360 controller or an Xbox One controller, the triggers are actually triggers. So you go here, enable, and you click the triggers down. For the PlayStation 4 controller, for the PS3 controller, there are triggers still. I'm not sure why it changed. I click OK. Now make sure all your buttons are working, and that is it. I'm actually going to load in my layout that I had before, so just to show you guys that's how it worked. Okay. Maybe I should have just kept it that I had it before. There it is. Okay. So that's the layout right there. These, if you go through these, I made all the sensitivity tweaks. You go through right here in the settings. This is where you can change your dead zone. So if you have an older controller, my controller is fairly new, but I've used it a lot. So I had to make the dead zones more sensitive. I have it at 25 right now. What this means is, let's say you move your joystick out to the left, okay, and you let go. I mean, it pretty much goes back in, but sometimes controllers will bounce like that and stick. So you want to adjust your dead zone. So when your controller moves back, it's in the red, because if not, your guy's going to keep moving one way, or it's just not going to work correctly. So I keep it at 25 because that works for mine. Don't mess up with any of these settings. Same thing with both your joysticks. It's very important. Now, when it comes to the controller bindings, this would be a time where you can load my layout in because it does get confusing. The next segment of this video, I will be making actually going through every single binding, just so people know how to do it correctly. It might actually be broken into like 2 or 3 parts, because it will take a while. But I'm going to go through and show you. Right now, I'm just going to pop in the current setting that I have. So it pops everything in. And this is what I'm talking about when controller support. Sorry, hold on. Thank you, amazing Spider-Man. Alright, so now I'll go through, I'm going to show you what the actual layouts look like, and then I'll go through and make the next segment on parts. As you can see here, this is where it is. If you turn on this, I actually named all of them, so you can turn that off or turn it on. I keep it off just so you can see. So you go through, when I was talking about like Pew Pew, if you actually click the up button, it switches it to number 2, which is Pew Pew layout. As you can see here, these have turbo keys on them, so you don't have to keep repeating click, 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 click. You can click it. It's not like crazy amount of turbo, but it's a good amount. It works in game well, I'll show you. As you can see, some of the buttons always stay together, like the menu mode. You just click, top one, and it switches to here. See, all the buttons are gone. Now it's mouse 1, mouse 2, vacuum. The joystick's a little slower, see? Doesn't move the character. You can't see the character because I'm not in game yet. So you can go back. Now you can switch to aim mode, the aim module mode. So this just shows you the different settings. If you go to here, you can actually tweak it yourself if you don't like how I have it. Settings. You go through here and it shows you the different speeds I've set it as. And you can tweak it, depending on your controller and how well you are with the controller. And that's the different modes. You just click here and it switches all the different layouts. And go through and see why I mean it'd just be a little confusing going through every single one, but I'm doing that next. So if you have this set up and you have a PS4 controller and you just download my profile layout and it pops in everything fine, everything works, all the buttons are the same, good. If not, stick with me and I'm going to go through every single layout and show you exactly how to map every single thing. What I'll actually probably do is go through and I'll show you the advanced settings for one, and then I'll just tell you about the other one, so I don't have to go through and map the whole thing. But it's pretty much simple. So it's like 2, 1, 1, 1, stop, opposite side. It's 3, 1, 1, 1, or 1, 1, 1, stop. Stuff like that. And I'll go through and show you how to tweak the settings and stuff, depending on your controller. So stick with me if you want that. If not, just skip about 10 minutes forward into the video and I'll show you some gameplay and show you how it works.